Hello, folks, and welcome to the November update for 2015. Before we get started, I want to give a thank you or shout out, as the children say these days, to Sarkron for his extreme patience with me. He's been helping me do a lot of audio testing as I'm learning Premiere here. I've been bugging him, having him look at stuff repeatedly and give me feedback. So thanks to him for continuing to be very patient and help me out. I also want to thank everyone who's watching the Witcher 3 series. I realize it has been a very bumpy ride with audio problems, video problems. I really apologize. I've been having a lot of issues with Premiere. I think I finally have it figured out, but the problem is I did so much at once that now these issues are popping up that I thought they were fine, but they're not. So I'm having to go back and find the original files and re-encode them again, re-upload them again, which can be pretty time consuming, at least as far as like tying up the machine for. But long story short, if you guys continue to see problems with The Witcher 3, or any video obviously, but in particular with Witcher 3, where the audio gets all wonky, or like you basically just goes out, right? Like it's just a looping sound, it no longer works, or the video gets like really streaky, you can't see it like at all. Let me know as soon as possible so I can resolve that. Again, I think I figured it out. I think it was a corrupt project in Premiere, so I've made a new Premiere project, and I've got a big batch of files or a big batch of videos encoding right now. So hopefully that will resolve that. Again, I apologize. I know it's frustrating to start watching and you get 5 minutes in or 20 minutes in and all of a sudden the audio goes out. And then I have to re-upload and it takes a day or two. So then there's a day or two where I don't upload or I don't, put up a new Witcher. So I apologize about that. It really sucks. I hope this is the fix. I did a full Dead Space Let's Play, which was 13 episodes, but not a single one of those that I found had any problems. So I believe it was something to do with the project I was using with the Witcher. So I think I've got it fixed now. Also, you'll notice some audio desync with some Witcher videos coming up, like the mouths and the mouths moving and the audio are not quite lined up on some of them. I think I've resolved that problem as well. Those will still have those issues because I think I've deleted the original files for them to make room. But I appreciate your patience on kind of looking the other way and just think that I can't even think of an excuse why their mouths and their words would be off. But it's definitely noticeable. It's like half a second or so, it's definitely noticeable because they'll start talking and their mouth doesn't move. So I apologize. It shouldn't affect too many videos, but I hope it's not a problem. The other thing that's really vexing me now is before I could tell that the original file that not the original file, but the file that I encoded that I then uploaded to YouTube, I learned how to find those problems before I uploaded them. But here recently, now I'm finding issues where the original file is 100% okay. Visually and audio, everything works 100% fine. But then on YouTube, the audio cuts out, just at a random point within the video. And I hope that's not another problem. I hope it's something related. I'm trying to re-upload those files today. I think it was episode number 136 that the audio blinked out after 20 minutes in. So I checked the original file. The original file is 100% fine. Even at that location where the audio goes out, nothing weird happens. So I've re-uploaded it and I'm going to check it later today and see if it's all right. But I can't apologize enough as I'm trying to learn in Premiere. And overall, you might say, well, why not just leave Premiere, go back to what you were doing, or try something like Vegas? Well, first of all, going back to Movie Studio, just not going to happen just because it can't do 1440, and I like having that option. Also, Premiere is a more professional product, so I can do some interesting things with it that I can't do with Movie Studio, and I am trying to improve on things. You might notice in some upcoming videos, or even already, but upcoming videos around 140-ish or so. Let's see what's encoding right now. 146 is encoding as we speak. 145, 146. I'm doing some things with my audio to try to make it a little bit better. If you don't notice anything, that's actually a good thing because I'm trying to to find that happy medium where I cut out some of the crappy things and enhance the good things without it being very distracting. But so there are some neat things that I can do with Premiere. And as far as Vegas, I want to give Premiere a real try. If I'm still having problems with it a month or two from now, I'll probably end up trying Vegas. I don't know if they have a reasonable price plan. Premiere, I'm not gonna waste your time with it. Long story short, I might try Vegas if Premiere continues to cause me problems like this. But for the time being, I'm going to stick it out. And like I say, I think I fixed the problem. So anyway, we'll just move forward. The next thing I wanted to talk about is the Extra Life Marathon coming up this month. It is specifically happening on, let's see, the November the 6th, or I'm sorry, no, November the 7th. I apologize, November 7th. It's going to be all day. It's going to be start around 9 to 10 a.m. Eastern time and end on 9 to 10 a.m. Sunday, the November the 8th Eastern time. So, and if you use GMT converter, that's like +4, +5 hours. Anyway, it's for a charity called Extra Life. If you're not familiar with Extra Life, I'll have a link in the description below. But basically, it's a 24-hour gaming marathon, and it's to raise money for Children's Miracle Hospital Network. I think I got the name right. I raise money for the one here in Atlanta, Georgia, because that's what I live closest to, and I've got friends who have children that they've used the Atlanta Center for, and they say it's phenomenal. So I do this every year. It's 24 hours of gaming. I'll be streaming the entire thing, almost certainly on Twitch, like 99% chance that it will be on Twitch. Maybe Hitbox, almost certainly not on YouTube due to content ID issues. But almost certainly will be on Twitch. Well, I'll have a link to that in the description below as well. As far as what I plan to play, honestly, probably mostly Witcher 3. Now, that might be a little disappointing for folks because you guys will be so behind. Because as far as uploads, I'm at least 15 hours behind. Like the latest video that went up is about 15 hours behind where I actually am in the game. So some of you might be disappointed that I'm going to be kind of jumping ahead. But the reason I'm considering doing that is because I really want to get everything with Witcher done before Fallout 3 happens. And that's probably not going to happen, to be honest, but I would at least like to get as far as possible. I swear Witcher 3 never ends, and I can't stop myself from doing side quests. And other little side projects keep coming up as well, no doubt. But I really want to finish The Witcher 3, but without rushing it, if that makes sense. So I will probably be playing that for a lot of, if not all, of Extra Life. And those of you concerned that you're not going to be able to make the stream, I do plan on exporting all the videos from Twitch over to YouTube. So if you missed the stream or if you missed part of the stream, don't worry about it. I'm going to be bringing all that over to YouTube. Now, obviously, I won't make it live until after like the rest of the YouTube or the Witcher progression has caught up. But I do plan on doing that, and barring any technical issues, that should happen. I also might play Metal Gear Solid 5. I've kind of almost given up getting back to that game for the rest of the year because honestly, like I say, Fallout is going to consume my life. If you follow my channel for any amount of time, you know that Fallout is my favorite game series of all time. So I am really, really hyped for Fallout 4. And I don't really get hyped for things a lot. But this is a bit of an exception for me, but I am super hyped for it. And I am probably going to be playing it a ton. In fact, I'm taking the week off of the 9th of November. I'm taking that entire week off just to play Fallout. And I'm hoping I should have video up on day 1. We'll see. Well, maybe not day 1, but day 2. We'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, I've really got to finish Witcher 3 so I can focus on Fallout. Let's see. And you know, the goal right now is to have nothing is in the way of Fallout 3 by the time it releases on November 10th, right? No encodes, no uploads, no nothing. Just ready to go, have plenty of hard drive space to record Witcher and just lose myself in Witcher for like, or I'm not Witcher, but Fallout for like the next 2 months. So that is the goal. Now you might see some things pop up though, like that seem random. For example, you've probably noticed that I did some Blade and Soul videos. Without boring you with that, with I need to jump on any opportunity I can to spread the word about the channel. Things like that are hard to skip. It's hard for me to skip those because it's a great channel to give, or it's a great chance to give the channel exposure. In fact, if you look at one of my Blade and Soul videos, like I got a notification that said that one video got more views than any other video I've done within the last like 5 months or something like that. So that kind of chance for exposure, I'm definitely going to jump on and take. But for the most part, I'm trying to stick to the schedule, but things pop up all the time. For example, Black Desert Online, that's another Korean, I believe, MMO that's starting up that I'm trying to get into the alpha for. So you might see some videos there. Again, probably not a ton, but at least some like introductory leveling type videos. But other than that, probably not a whole lot of new stuff. Other than maybe Prison Architect, I don't plan to do any new Let's Tries for the rest of the year. Again, something might come up and that might change, but as it is right now, I feel like I'm constantly behind, especially due to these Premiere issues that I've been having with videos getting corrupted. I feel like I'm in a constant state of catch up, and it's driving me nuts. So I really want to try to focus on getting caught up, getting Witcher 3 done, hopping into Fallout fresh without worrying about, oh man, I've still got to upload Witcher and I've got to encode Witcher and all this. So I'm cutting out Let's Tries for the rest of the year, other than maybe Prison Architect, because I already took the key and I installed it and all that. So I kind of feel obligated to do one at some point. Other than that, there's no plans for any. So I'm just reading through my notes here. Metal Gear Solid 5 is secondary priority. I do absolutely plan to go back to it because I hate starting Let's Plays and not finishing them. I have a few on the channel and they still bug me to this day, like Machine for Pigs I never went back to, and it still bothers me, and that was like 3 years ago. But I do absolutely plan to get back on Metal Gear Solid 5. It will not be until Witcher 3 is done, though. I have no plans on going back to Metal Gear Solid 5 until I finish Witcher 3. And that doesn't include the DLC. I'm going to give myself a little break before I hop right onto the DLC for Witcher 3, so I can catch up on other things. So Metal Gear Solid 5 is after Witcher 3 and after Fallout. Now, I might not finish Fallout before I hop back to Metal Gear Solid 5, and probably won't, because Metal Gear Solid, I'm sure, will be a super long LP. But it's not forgotten. I promise I actually will hop back on that one. ArcheAge, Elder Scrolls Online, and Terra, all on hiatus until next year. I've pretty much, I kept dragging out, goes, I might do those. I don't feel like that's fair. I kept dragging that out. Looking at the calendar, looking at what's coming up, looking at how long things take to encode and all that good, happy stuff. I don't have time for those. I want to play them again. I want to, at the very least, max out one character in all three of those, ArcheAge, Elder Scrolls Online, and Terra. But again, time-wise, I just don't have time to do all the things I want to do, which is, I guess, the story of life, really. But those are officially on hiatus until next year. I apologize again to those of you who were pretty excited about that. I know Jalinar, I'm sorry, I think I'm saying her name right. I know she was really enjoying Elder Scrolls Online. So sorry to let you down in that respect, but I do plan on going back to them. There probably will be some more Blade and Soul here and there. I want to try some different classes, maybe level up some classes more, but not a lot of them. Again, I just can't justify the time it's going to take, especially given, again, I want to have everything, all the back-end crap, encoding, uploading, all that junk done before the 10th of November, which is only 9 days from now. Wow. Let's see. Another thing, no new Let's Plays this year, other than Fallout, obviously, except maybe Hitman. I would like to actually hop in on that one early. But again, time wise, I don't know if it's going to happen. And I want to kind of spend time catching up on, in particular, back end stuff. But I would like to play that. Also, Anno 2205 comes out this month. Actually, that's coming out really soon, I think. But again, probably not going to do any videos on it, at least initially. It might sneak its way into Extra Life, maybe, but we'll see about that. Rise, other games that I wanted to kind of talk about that are coming up. Rise of the Tomb Raider. I really want to play it again, but it's coming at a terrible time. It's releasing the same day as Fallout, which is insane to me. And it's also only on Xbox One. It's not getting a Steam release until like spring of next year, and it's not going on PS4 until like November of next year. So I want to play it. Probably not going to happen for at least a few months. Bloodborne: The Old Hunters. It is very, very high on my want to play list. I loved Bloodborne. I really want to play it. Probably early next year. Almost certainly not going to happen this year. Anno 2205. I just talked about that, so we'll skip that. Just Cause 3. Again, I haven't played the other Just Causes, but they looked like a lot of fun. I've been hearing some positive buzz about this third one, but not going to happen until next year, almost certainly. So, in short, basically, all that you're going to see for the next coming months is probably going to be Witcher and Fallout, and maybe a Let's Try Prison Architect, and that's for new stuff. If I suddenly finish Witcher 3, maybe you might see the start of Metal Gear Solid 5, but I don't see that. Also, it's worth noting that I would like to do some one-offs for Fallout 4. Like, it would really help if we waited until mods came out, but I'd like to see some like weird builds or just like, weird rule type playthroughs. It wouldn't be like a full Let's Play. It would be more of like a montage of like, let's try this really wonky build out. Like, let's go with like a really charismatic moron, like somebody with a 10 charisma and 1 intelligence, and but really lucky but terrible at all the combat stats, and like see how far you could get. Just some weird things like that I might look into, because if it's good, and I really hope that Bethesda didn't screw it up, I could see myself playing a ton of Fallout. And one last little plug here for Extra Life. Obviously, if you can donate, that's great. Even if it's not to me, if you can, donate to, whatever your favorite person is who's doing Extra Life, that's fine. Like, as long as you're, donating, that's good. And by donating, I mean either by giving money, which is, the obvious no duh, but also spreading the word, and maybe wait until it's a little closer. Again, the date of Extra Life is officially November the 7th. But technically you can do it whenever, but I think almost everybody is going to be doing it on the 7th, basically the 7th through the 7th through the 8th. So, spread the word about it. Twitch and other things are doing a better job about like advertising it. So I imagine if you go on Twitch that day at all, there's going to be a ton of streams that they're going to be showing that are doing the Extra Life, which is great. That's because that's what it's about, right? It's not about, getting views and, increasing your subscriber base on Extra Life Day. It's about raising money for charity, right? So I think it's a good thing that Twitch and others have embraced this and are helping to promote it. So anyway, what I want to say is, especially even if your donation, again, is just you coming by and hanging out in the stream for a while, especially when it's like really late at night or early, believe me, that's helpful. Like, to have some, like, once you get into like hour 16, 17, 18, having somebody in the chat just to talk with you about stupid stuff is very, very helpful. And that has helped me in past Extra Life. Like 2 or 3 people in there just kind of having a little back and forth while I play the game has helped me keep from just like going insane or passing out on my keyboard or anything like that. So don't underestimate, how much you can contribute just by being a sanity check whatever your favorite streamer might be, whether it's me or whoever or whatever. Definitely feel free to stop by at least mine and try to keep me awake and sane and whatnot. And of course, spread the word on Twitter and Facebook about it. Trying to raise as much money as we possibly can for the Children's Miracle Network of hospitals. So but yeah, anyway, that's it for November. That was really long. At like a quarter of it was me apologizing about the Witcher stuff. But anyway, thank you guys for continuing to watch, and make sure to leave comments, just general comments, in the comment section below. Follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you next time.